Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel, AC Astro. Now, the today's video is, very different than the other videos that you are, watching on the YouTube regarding Jupiter transiting on the 1st of May 2024. What will happen, this and that. Nobody's telling you that something different is also happening. Saturn will become so powerful, how this will impact all 12 signs and how Saturn will become powerful. Why we are saying this? Let's welcome Akash Chauhanji from Calgary, Canada. Akash ji, namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar, Rohitji, Ram Ram. Yes, Saturn is going to become very extremely powerful now because of Jupiter's movement. Everyone is seeing that Jupiter is moving this and that, but we have to also make sure that the places where Saturn is aspecting here, I will show you the place where Saturn is aspecting are now going to be free from Jupiter's placement and aspect. So it is going to be more powerful, and especially the third aspect of Saturn, which is on Aries, and the seventh aspect of Saturn. These are the places on Leo. These are the places which are going to become very, very extremely difficult point, because whenever Saturn will transit, it will give you a little bit trouble or delays in that houses. That's what is going to happen. So I'm going to be discussing about it for all 12 signs, 12 ascendants, and we can then be cautious during this time as well. This is that video. Now, Rohiji, here, if you see, this is how the whole aspect situation is right now. If you see, Jupiter is going to move into Taurus and it's going to change the aspects. They will have a common aspect, which was not there earlier. So things in that area will start doing very well. But the aspect that was on the ascendant, Saturn's aspect, because of Jupiter earlier being here, was saved. And same way, the aspect on the fifth house was there. But now there is only one common aspect on the eighth house for both of, for everyone in Aries ascendant people. Now, when we talk about the third aspect of Saturn, and the third aspect is all about, your effort, communication, courage, and, the third house basically tells younger siblings. But here also it says that this is the time to have very, very disciplined approach towards your attitude, towards yourself, your physical outlook as well, because Jupiter is moving from that place and Saturn's is going to be extremely powerful, and it is called a debilitated aspect of Saturn on the first house here. So very, very careful in terms of making decisions, and don't change your attitude or don't show your what you say. You have to build resistance, or you cannot overreact on things. This is what is very commonly required. Then the second aspect of Saturn on the fifth house here of children, love, this aspect mostly focuses on love life, and there can be now delays or misunderstanding or trouble in the love life area. And it encourages this time to be very relaxed, patient. It tells you that long term relationships, or commitments can bring delays as well. So if you're thinking of getting married and stuff like that, here there can be little bit of challenge that you might face, or maybe in your love life, lot of miscommunication, sorrow also can be seen. So you have to be very careful. Now you have to be absolutely work with maturity and more responsibility in the work area. On the positive side, this aspect of Saturn will try and explain you that how to be patient in anything related to, for example, childbirth. Childbirth can be delayed now for all the Aries ascendant people. Earlier it was very great time when Jupiter was in the ascendant aspecting the fifth house, making sure that childbirth was not a problem, but now it can be delayed as well. The most beautiful thing that Saturn has doing and Jupiter's transit has done is the eighth aspect, or is the 10th aspect of Saturn on the 8th house, and Jupiter's 7th aspect here. This is so awesome. That means here 8th house is the house of diseases, age, loss, journey, enemy, sorrow, bad habits, fear, sin, because Jupiter and Saturn both are looking at the place. And in this chart, if you see, Jupiter is the 9th house lord, Saturn is the 11th house lord. Aspecting the 8th house means little bit of beautiful results in research. Anyone who's doing research and any kind of development, very good time for you. Anyone who is in occult kind of stuff, very nice for them. Also on the other side, those who are looking for inheritance, those who are trying to get some kind of money from their investments return, something that was completely delaying. Jupiter comes here and gives expansion in this house. So Jupiter aspect has come on this house. This was earlier there for Saturn, but when commonly aspected by both of them, it is going to be extremely positive for all the Aries ascendant people during this time. So on the other hand, little bit of uh, the not in a very bad way, but in a good way, little bit of sorrow, or your age related problems that you were thinking that something is happening, something may happen, you may die, stuff like that. Those who are in elder age may get more longevity. Whenever Saturn and Jupiter commonly look at the eighth house, such people get extra miles, extra life. So it is going to be positive in that area also. Fear, any struggle, any trouble, any sudden ups and downs that were happening in the career area because of the 10th aspect of Saturn here, because of Jupiter's 7th aspect, it will be very good. Money from partnerships, if you're thinking, awesome time for you. So only two aspects, the third aspect of Saturn, seventh aspect of Saturn on the first house of attitude, and the fifth house, creativity and your love life, education. These are the places that you have to be little bit more, you have to work more hard on them. And on the other hand, eighth house related things, everything related to eighth house is going to be awesome, good, very good, positive results for all the Aries ascendant people. Thank you so much for watching. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. So your subscription gives us a little bit of power, and it helps us, motivate us to make more video. And those who want a personal appointment, all the details are here. If you go on the WhatsApp and click on the link, you will directly come on the WhatsApp, and we can talk about your chart. Now, here for Taurus rising and Taurus ascendant people, Saturn's third aspect was in the 12th house, and Jupiter was in the 12th house. Expenses, crazy expenses were happening. Now, expenses will go down. Now, this is the time you must have invested a lot in terms of your in terms of your real estate, in terms of some kind of possession, some kind of luxury. Lot of expenses must have been done. On a positive side, Jupiter is putting three beautiful aspects now: your love life, your relationship, and your luck. This is going to be activated in such a superb way that you can't even imagine. When we talk about the aspects of Saturn that earlier had Jupiter's aspect on that places, especially your fourth house, and especially Jupiter was in the 12th house. Now, what happens is here that Saturn alone, the debilitated aspect of Saturn goes in the 12th house, and it's a very powerful aspect. If you are residing in a foreign country, and so in your career area there can be some difficulties, there can be it is a time to take discipline approach in that area, or your communication related to foreign countries, or if you're thinking of some kind of getting some kind of job offer from a foreign country and stuff like that, it can delay now. This is what Saturn's role is, to delay, to cause delays or restriction in areas related to the housed aspects. This is what Saturn does. Now, this is the time to be patient, to be relaxed. Uh, if you do any hasty decisions, your inner peace also will be in trouble, and especially your family life can be in trouble. Saturn's seventh aspect on the fourth house means this is the house related to your heart, your chest, your lungs, mother, blood, vehicles, your feelings, your inner security, hidden money, dignity, and so many things. This is the house which is called the Sukha Sthana. Sukha means happiness, the place of happiness and luxury. Here Saturn will delay a little bit of things. If you are on the verge of buying a vehicle, changing a vehicle, or buying real estate, you may find a little bit of setback in that area. There may be delays in that area. Health of mother can deteriorate during this time, so you have to be extra careful. On the other hand, if you are facing any kind of problem related to your heart, chest, lungs, blood, it can significantly start giving you more problems. For that, you have to make sure that these challenges, don't go to any astrologer, stuff like that. Go to your doctor. Try to make sure that you use real medical help and guidance, to make sure that when these problems come, you are taking care of them. On a positive side, Jupiter and Saturn are looking, Saturn's 10th aspect on the 7th house, Jupiter 7th aspect on the 7th house. This is the most powerful aspect. Now, this is the aspect that is related to your Pad prapati means any kind of designation that you're looking for. If you were waiting for promotion, designation, some kind of, level up, this is the time that level up happens. Those who are marriage, those who want to do marriage, those who want to get into long-term commitments, those who want to do any kind of thing related to partnership business, any kind of thing that in the court cases they're looking for victory in, any area where you are looking for some kind of a relationship build up. It is that is this is that time, this is the absolute beautiful time. Earlier Saturn was only aspecting alone this house, but Jupiter is aspecting, and Jupiter will, wherever will aspect, will give you abundance in that area. Saturn's and Jupiter's here. Saturn must have delayed, your partnerships, trouble in your in your love life or stuff like that, but now boom, it will go awesome, because your luck is also in your favor, your relationships are also in your favor, and your love life also will begin during this time. So make sure that during this time be very very what you say, vigilant. If you find some, if you have someone, mostly it is about relationships for people, but it is also about business. If there is any opportunity that you feel in the business area that you can do, very good time for startups or starting new things. So I hope that this brings you a lot of help, like it gives you a lot of clarity that your 12th house is now going to be awakened, and here Saturn will make sure that expenditure, losses, debts, enemies, fear, hospitals, jails, you may have such kind of problems. For that, you have to be careful. And on the other hand, Saturn aspecting the fourth house means delays in things related to your what we say, vehicles and home and stuff like that, real estate and stuff like that. So be careful, but on the other hand, make the most beautiful time of your designation of your marriage and stuff like that. That will be helping you in the longer run. So amazing time for Taurus ascendant. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. So click on it and you will be able to talk to me directly. For Gemini ascendant people, Rohitji, when we talk about Gemini ascendant people, here Saturn is in the 8th house and was aspecting the 11th house with its third aspect. Jupiter was here. That's why, Saturn couldn't do anything to this place. But Jupiter has now transited. It has come to your 12th house of expenditure, losses. But on the other hand, status in a foreign country, those who are looking for status in a foreign country, very good time for them. Now, understand, whenever Saturn will look, it will put delays in that area. And here, if you see that Saturn is aspecting, the third aspect of Saturn is on the 11th house. Earlier, Jupiter was here, you were safe. Now, it is the time to delay your wishes, your hope, your desires, your goals, also your gains. If there is something which very, very urgently you want in your life, it will be a little bit of challenge during this time. Now, understand another thing, that wherever Saturn and Jupiter will commonly aspect, which was happening, earlier, it was commonly aspecting on the third house for you. So your communication must have become very, very good. Your, your what we say, things related to your brothers and sisters must be very good. In fact, if in the friendship area, in personal interest area, in education area, things might have been very good. But now Saturn is from the 9th house aspecting the third house. That is the 7th aspect of Saturn. Now this is relationship with siblings. This is also relationship with your friends and your social network. Like, third house and 11th house, both are the houses of social. Third house is the house of immediate social network, the online media that you're using, and 11th house is the house related to the larger social network, that is your friends, your colleagues, and friends of friends and stuff like that. Here is where you will find delays if you are trying to gather some kind of equity, or gather some kind of money to start some things, or in the community, if you're in talks with someone and trying to hear them back, even for your startups or job or stuff like that, it will be delayed during this time in this area. And Saturn says that during this time, the 7th aspect is on the third house. So a lot of effort has to be done in relationships and on the communication side. Sometimes you have to be very very direct in communication. That is what it says. Long term delays, long term commitments about your relationships can also bring, a little bit of, there can be delays in this area if you want to make it something uh, you know uh, permanent. But there is one very good thing that is happening now. Jupiter was not aspecting your sixth house. Sixth house is the house of diseases. Sixth house is the house of your workplace. Sixth house is the house related to your enemies, your debts, your loan, your disputes, your injury, and whatnot. So many things. There are so many aspects to it. Saturn was looking with the 10th aspect and giving delay in your workplace, also making sure that your diseases, your health may not improve very gradually, very, very easily. But now there is one good news, that because Jupiter and Saturn are now both aspecting this place with the common aspect, here you may find some relief in areas related to health, areas related to debt. Debt is going up and up. There is no source of income. Here comes the role of Jupiter. Jupiter is looking, at the what we say. Jupiter is looking at the fourth house. Your real estate problem goes solved. It's looking at the sixth house. If you want to take debt, if you want to repay debt, very good time for them. And Saturn here with the 10th aspect says that with your hard work, with your in through your workplace, through your personal effort, you will be able to gain. In fact, those who want to gain from enemies, like, it is very difficult to understand how to gain with enemies, right? Mostly all the people who are in law field, lawyers, they gain from enemies always. As soon as they get an enemy, they start making money. So here, if there is any enemy in your life who was not trying to give you money or stuff like that, or someone has taken some debt from you, not giving you back, this is the time to recover such kind of things. And this will happen for in the next 1 year, till the time, Saturn will transit earlier than Jupiter, but this is the time that you have to be extremely happy in the area related to your workplace. Another important thing, Rohitji, is that Jupiter's aspect on the eighth house is a very, very significant aspect, because Jupiter is going to give you some, if you are doing some kind of research, if you are in any kind of research field, any kind of diseases that is going long term, because of the aspect of Jupiter on the sixth and the eighth, this common aspect on these two dushtanas, and sitting in a dushtanas, Jupiter will try to repair everything for you for these houses. Losses, bad habits, enemies, trouble, sorrow, what we say, journey, if you're trying to take some long distance journey, not able to get it done, foreign settlement, everything looks very positive for all the Gemini ascendant people. But on the aspects where Saturn is completely free now, that is the 11th house and the third house, so communication and your social network, as well as goals. You have to keep realistic goals, as well as you may expect some delays there, but you have to keep working hard. Saturn means work hard, I will give you result. That's what it means. Earlier it was very easy to achieve, but now it will be a little bit more harder. That is what your chart is saying. But otherwise, it's a very positive time because of the new aspect of Jupiter, which is now common with Saturn, and it will be giving you a lot of peace, happiness, and success. All the best, Gemini rising people. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Gives us a little bit of encouragement. After you subscribe, just write down subscribe, so that we can know that, oh, you are the one, and we can welcome you on our in our family. And if you want a appointment, everything is here. All the details. You can go and we can talk. For Cancer ascendant people, Rohiji, here Saturn is in the eighth house, and whenever Saturn comes in the Ashtam, that means eighth house, everyone is so scared, man, that, oh, what will happen, what will not happen, how are we going to do? And Saturn is here from 17th of January 2023. In fact, in 6, 8, and 12, Saturn gives one of the best results. But everyone must be thinking, where the hell is that result? And there is no result at all. Now, Jupiter has transited to your 11th house, and Jupiter was in your 10th house, right? And where Saturn was aspecting with the third aspect, that is very, very difficult aspect of Saturn. Now Jupiter is away from that, so there is no protection in the area related to your career, power, rank, profession, business, job, politics, action, your discipline, your wealth, anger, everything, ruling power. This is what the 10th house rules. And here there is going to be delays in everything, every aspect of this house. There have to be extra hard work. The third aspect of Saturn is to give you more hardships in that area and make you more perfect. So there will be more hardships in the career area during this time. Jupiter and Saturn had a common aspect on the second house, that is the house related to your wealth, your money, your finance, your speech, your values. Now, because Jupiter is not aspecting it anymore and Saturn has clear like aspect now, it here there may be some delays in money, in finances, in attaining wealth or accumulating wealth. It is the house of accumulated wealth. On the other hand, some kind of commitment through, someone must have done verbal commitments to you and all, they will not honor it, and it can create some kind of disappointment in your heart becomes a little bit of sad during this time. But there is one good thing. Every time there will be some challenge, but there will be a good thing also. है ना? Every coin has a flip side. Same way. Here, Saturn was aspecting your fifth house. Your love life, your education, your skills. We talk about your luck, your devotion. Here, Saturn and Jupiter will now both be aspecting the fifth house. That means expansion in areas. If you are thinking of getting married, Saturn was delaying everything, but because Jupiter has aspected your seventh and your fifth house, marriage is going to be number one positive thing that will come to your life. Second, and if you're thinking of education, and especially to enhance your career or to make sure that you do that course or you write that exam or stuff like that, to go forward, to go to the next level, again awesome time, because Saturn and Jupiter both are aspecting your fifth house commonly, and when Jupiter aspects come anywhere, it is some, just imagine that house to be completely blessed. That is how it is. Your luck will be increased during this time. Remember, whenever now if you see here, see these arrows are making a very big yoga also. Jupiter aspecting the fifth house, Saturn aspecting the fifth house, Saturn aspecting the second house, Jupiter aspecting the seventh house as well. Now here, if you see, it is the time of lottery. It is the time of suddenly unexpected gains that you can get without any hardships. Gains without hardships is also there. Depends on your dasha and antardasha. Even if you gain $1 million during this time, still the wealth accumulation will be a challenge for you. That is because of the seventh aspect of Saturn. So you have to make sure that you work hard towards wealth accumulation. But luck wise, it is going to be an awesome time for you. Awesome means awesome time for you. All the best, I would say, Cancer ascendant people. I know it is a time of a little bit of relief in the area related to fifth house, but little bit of challenge in your career as well as in your wealth accumulation. Wealth will be, you will be spending wealth like water. That is how it will be happening. Saturn will, and unnecessary things also, because Saturn is sitting in the house of bad habits. So you can spend some money for bad habits, like don't do gambling during this time, don't get into any speculative gains, or don't try to, stock market is very good if you know about it, just don't invest into it. So because your fifth house is receiving Jupiter as well as Saturn's aspect, so you can get speculative gains, but still be very careful, because even if you get that gain, that wealth accumulation is very important. The best remedy during this time is, because fifth house is ruled by sun, and the dhatu, the metal of sun, is gold. This is the time, if you want to accumulate wealth, only and only gold will be able to give you wealth. See, if you see all these countries, they used to produce gold, and on basis of that, they used to create their currency to be rolled out. Gold is so auspicious in the Vedic system, that every god and goddess, you will see gold around them. Gold is the only thing that cannot be broken by malefics, that is by Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. It cannot be broken. If gold comes to your life, whenever we buy gold, it will make our life more auspicious. So this is the time you should buy some gold coin, like even 1 gram or 2 gram. If you make a little bit of money, forget about anything else, make gold during this time. You will remember me. It will give you effect at the right place and the right time. It will come for you for use during that time. Okay, that gold is accumulated wealth as well. So all the best to all the Cancer ascendant people. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe and write subscribe below so that we know that you have subscribed, so we can welcome you to the family. And those who want any appointment, all the details are below and in the description. For Leo ascendant people, Rohitji, this is a very, very awesome time and challenging time both together. Awesome thing is because of Saturn and Jupiter common aspect on the fourth house. That means there is going to be property that you're going to make. So that is the positive thing. But here, your destiny, your higher learning, where Jupiter was, residing, sitting, giving you a lot of blessing, has now moved to your 10th house of career, making your career awesome. But your destiny, anything related to devotion, luck, anything related to education, in these higher education, past life, or religion, or your philosophy, everything becomes a little bit slow and challenging in these areas. If you are thinking of going for a higher education somewhere, challenge are there, like there will be a little bit of challenge here. You may not be, it may, things may delay. You were supposed to get a letter from a university for acceptance. It will delay, you will not get accepted now. So things like that can happen during this time. But otherwise, Jupiter's the other aspect on the ascendant, which was earlier, Jupiter was also aspecting together, is now become again, it's like clean for Saturn to make you, your attitude, your nature, your health, your physical well-being, your mind, and what we say, basically your overall way of your body language a little bit slower now. You will be more calmer, more slow to take decisions and stuff like that. Your excitement level, like earlier excited for something, you will not be excited. You will say, okay, let it happen, then we will see. So it is a good thing. But still, somewhere whenever Saturn is aspecting any place, it says hard work in that area. And here you need to do extreme hard work, then you will start gaining. Okay. And then the third aspect of Saturn during this time is, already it was Scorpio only, but here, earlier it was not aspected by Jupiter, but now Jupiter is aspecting it commonly. Wherever Jupiter will aspect, there will be expansion. Okay. Mother, very good health, home expansion, vehicles, new vehicles, feelings very good, people around you very nice treating you, emotional security on the highest side, hidden money can be coming, dignity will be growing by like with awesome folds. So things are looking very awesome for the fourth house things. Anything that has to do with property, with inner peace, happiness, very nice time for you. Jupiter, on the other hand, is looking at the second house. Wealth is good. Fourth house, your relationship at your home, family life is very good. And this aspect sitting in the 10th house, aspecting the sixth house, this is the period where you will grow to the maximum in your work area. Maximum means maximum. Like this year is like after 12 years, this year has come where you will go maximum in the work area. What did not happen in 12 years in the career will happen in this just 1 year now. And you can expect some great, positive, wonderful news for every you can't I can't even express, because I have seen a chart who has exactly Leo ascendant, Jupiter in the 10th house, aspecting this place, going through Jupiter Mahadasha. What a change that person got in his career, just from a very small person to getting into government job, that too in a foreign country. And then in that government job, within 1 year, two times promoted because of Jupiter's aspect. So Jupiter will make sure that your workplace respects, destiny works in the work, even if it is a debilitated aspect, does not matter. Jupiter is going to give you one of the best results in that area. Now, because Jupiter, Saturn is in the seventh house. If you're looking for designation change, Jupiter in the 10th house, here designation change can also happen. You may go to a higher designation, or you may land up a new job. Those Leo ascendant people who are not happy with their jobs, who were looking for a new job, may get new jobs. So it's an awesome time for all the Leo ascendant people. And I wish you all the best, Hannah, because I am also Leo ascendant. So those who are new Leo ascendants and watching this, or those who are older and watching this for the 50th time, your ascendant but not subscribed, do subscribe so that we can always stay in touch. And those who want to contact or get into touch, everything is below the appointment details. Okay. All the best. Have fun. Great news for all the people. Leo ascendant. But careful in area related to your philosophy. Don't try to impose it on other people. Work hard towards higher learning, and on the ascendant, work hard towards your attitude. Two things very important. All the best. For Virgo ascendant people, Rohit, here Saturn is in the sixth house. Whenever we talk about Saturn, 6, 8, and 12, very good. There is very good results. Now people must be wondering that Saturn is here, they said very good result, nothing is happening. um, Saturn takes time. Saturn does not give anything in the beginning. Saturn, while going, when it is going away from your chart, then that time it gives. Here also, after September of this year, he will start giving you more and more and more and more. Not right now, also, you cannot expect big things. In fact, this is the time that you have to be very careful for your health. Earlier, Jupiter was in the eighth house. है ना? When Jupiter is in the eighth house, it was making a very good, what we say, very good statement there, that okay, nothing, no problem related to ups and downs, no diseases, no age related problem, no losses, no journeys, no accident, no bad habits, no fear, nothing will come. But now suddenly you will start developing fear in you, because Saturn's aspect is very clear now on the eighth house. Jupiter has moved to the ninth house. Jupiter moving in the ninth house is very awesome, but Saturn aspecting the eighth house alone, sitting in the sixth house of diseases, enemies, loan, dispute, struggle, problem, may create more problem for you in the on the enemy side and on the health side, which you have to be extremely careful and work hard towards, either achieving or either removing that kind of things from your life, either achieving good health or either removing enemies. So this is one aspect of Saturn that has been disturbed. The other aspect of Jupiter was on the 12th house, where Saturn is still aspecting the 12th house, and this house is related to expenses, losses. It's about your, again, your debt and your debt. Legal trouble due to debt. This is what this house is about. And also enemies, hidden enemies. This is the time that you may have to work more hard for, making sure that your losses does not happen on a larger level. In fact, you have to work more hard to control expenditure as well, because expenditure will be high, and you have to control that expenditure. Well, it is said that wherever Saturn looks, it delays things. So here your expenditure and losses can be delayed, but it does not deny. Remember, Saturn delays but does not deny. That means you can say that, okay, my roof is leaking, I will delay it for next 3 months, I will put one small seal there, but next time the bigger area falls, because then you will have to change the roof. So if there is any minimum problem, go and spend some money and get it solved immediately, not wait for the bigger stuff to happen. This is what is required. And the third aspect of Jupiter and Saturn will be a collective aspect during this time, and that is the third aspect. Here, your communication, your courage, your ability to take up risk, your younger brothers, your siblings, your younger siblings, friendships, your hobbies, your personal interest will be taken up by a boost. Like if you want to start something, this is the right time. Let Jupiter enter into the 10th house next. So this 1 year, from um, May of 2024 till 1 year, till June of 2025, this is the time to develop ideas. This is the time to make notes. This is the time to write a lot of things. Coming third house is the written communication, right? That what I want to do next, what is the next, what is the bigger picture in my life. Everything will come true when Jupiter comes into the 10th house, because next year. Okay, so this is the time of planning, communication, putting your thoughts in the universe that this is what I want, and things will happen for you. On the other hand, those who were thinking of, those who were into business of short distance journeys, those who were thinking of going long distance, there is a possibility now. Jupiter coming into the ninth house tells long distance journey. Also, Saturn aspecting the 12th house means expenditure for foreign country, also for higher education also. And third house means again short distance travel will be too much, too much, too much. That can also cause expenses. So overall, it is little bit of cautious time. Jupiter makes very good, your attitude becomes very positive, your love life is very positive. If you are thinking of getting a child here right now, very good. Jupiter's ninth aspect on the fifth house, So with destiny, everything is possible. But uh, careful in the area related to health. Any problem, immediately address it. Any problem related to expenses that has to happen for any of the workplace, any of the home place, any of your health, any of your repair of something, uh, immediately take action. Otherwise, Saturn will delay it, no problem. Okay, it is solved for the time being, but later it will attack you. So all the best, all the Virgo ascendant people. There is, you should subscribe if you have not subscribed, so that you can be a part of the family. And if you subscribe, right, subscribe below so that we can welcome you to the team ourselves. And those who want appointment, all the details are on the screen. So all the best. Make the most use of it. Remember, if there is no difficulty, there is no achievement. So difficulty period means more chances of achievement as well. So achievement is going to be bigger. Remember this. And after a little bit of struggle, when you get something, it is very very you keep it to your heart. You value it more than something that you get easy. So all the best for Libra ascendant people. For Libra, if we see here, your Saturn is in the fifth house and aspecting, the seventh house, the 11th house, and the second house. So this has been happening from January of 17, 2024. But April onwards, Jupiter came into the seventh house for you, and it was creating a very, very nice, it was having a very nice time in the seventh house where Saturn was aspecting it, but Jupiter was always saving you from relationships issues. Now that saving is little bit challenged now, sitting in the fifth house of love, romance, education, and looking at the seventh house of your partnerships, business partnerships, spouse, marriages, eating habits, court cases, victory in court cases, divorce. Little bit challenge will come in the relationship area, man. You have to be putting in extra effort. It can create delays or restriction in the area related to the housed aspects. Remember, Saturn. This is how it is. Now you must build a lot of resilience and determination to overcome obstacles. And see, otherwise also you are getting. It's good only, but because Jupiter has moved, thoda sa, this house becomes little bit of challenge. Seventh house. Happiness and joy in partnership is seen from the seventh house. So I hope that it continues, and you have to put extra effort if it is not continuing. On the other hand, Saturn is the 11th aspect, the seventh aspect of Saturn on the 11th house. Earlier had Jupiter aspecting there also, so your bigger to bigger goals were completed. Now your goals you will not be able to achieve them easily. This is the time that you will have delays in wishes, hopes, in fact income. Some losses in the income also can be seen. If you have elder brother or elder siblings, some kind of sorrow from them also is also seen during this time. Or if your goals, you are trying to achieve bigger goals, you will have to now struggle harder. Like, it is not going to be like how Jupiter was in the seventh house, and with your creativity, with your presence, your goal was able to be completed. Now that is not the case. You will have to work hard. But on a positive side, wherever Jupiter aspects and Saturn aspects commonly here, second house, wealth is going to be accumulated, wealth increases. Money, and that if anything from insurance, and those who are in any kind of field like insurance and finance and banking, because eighth house is the house related to investments, they will have a good time. Their wealth will increase. So there is no problem for them in that area. But otherwise, whenever Saturn and Jupiter, Saturn's 10th aspect on the second house, Jupiter's 7th aspect, yani your new partnerships and new career development, career partners can become a point of what we say, a point of revenue, a point of money making, this is a money making aspect. Both Saturn is saying career, second house, that means you'll accumulate a lot of wealth through your career. And Jupiter says that, okay, this is my seventh aspect, you need to do a partnership in the career area, then I will give you wealth. So new partnership should be welcome. You should try and get other people involved in your business or in your work, or make partnerships and stuff like that for business owners. And for job people, for those who are doing service, you should be I don't know how it works nowadays, but I think all the things were related to teamwork and relationship with each other. So that kind of relationship and teamwork should be at priority for you. You should be taking more considerate and more important steps to maintain relationships and partnerships. That is what required. So money, bank balance, your wealth, your speech, your commitments, your values, everything increased during this time. Your self-respect increases during this time in your career area. But to achieve goals, you will have to face obstacles, you will have to face hardships. So that is what is required during this time. But otherwise, Libra, very good time otherwise, because of Jupiter's aspect, on the 12th house, foreign connections, on the 4th house, buying of property, real estate. In fact, traveling, a lot of traveling also can happen during this time. Property, your vehicle changes, your property becomes very good. You get lot of good news in terms of inner peace and happiness comes to you. So it is positive, but only Saturn's two aspects are giving you more obstacles and more delays in that areas where it is looking. So those who wanted to get married, delay in that marriage. Those who were trying to get engagement, delay in that. Some kind of obstacles there. Their timeline, if they have decided this timeline, that will not be able to achieve. So little bit of challenge. But otherwise, on a larger scale, good time only for you, monetary wise. So all the best, Libra ascendant people. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that you and we become a part of family member or our family. And when you subscribe, just write below so that I know that you have subscribed and we can welcome you personally to the family. And for appointments, you know how to go about it. Everything is below. All the best. Now for Scorpio ascendant people, when we talk about Scorpio and anything related to Scorpio, Saturn is in the 4th house here right now. Jupiter is transiting from the 6th house to the 7th house. Now, Jupiter has come to Kendra. Kendra is very good placement for Jupiter here, by the way. Jupiter in this house, in this chart, rules the 2nd and the 5th house, and both the houses are related to money. It is coming in the 7th house, means money will come through partnerships now. Money will come through collaborations. Money will come through two people working together. Love life will be very good and stuff like that. But this video is about Saturn. Jupiter's movement has made Saturn more powerful here. Earlier, Saturn and Jupiter were commonly aspecting the 6th house and the 10th house. But now, because Jupiter moved, the aspects change of Jupiter, and now Saturn is only aspecting your 6th house, debilitated aspect of Saturn. This is the house related to diseases, struggle in these areas, delays in getting any kind of medical treatment, enemies, any court cases, anything will delay more. uh, any kind of loan or any kind of um, debt you have taken, you want to repay it will become more challenging for you. So unfortunately, the aspect of Saturn demands lot of hard work, perseverance, and disciplined approach. This is how you will be able to accomplish all the things related to your 6th house. Any problem happens in the disease or health area, you have to immediately seek medical guidance rather than going to. I have some people who message me that I am having a lot of back pain. Can you see which planet is doing this? I'm not I'm not a doctor, right? For anything, go to doctor, see if any nerve is pinched, what the problem is. Astrologer cannot solve it. So take lot of medical advice if needed for health problems. Don't once health problem is diagnosed, then you can go and talk to an astrologer, thinking that, okay, see, listen, this kind of health problem is diagnosed. Can I get any relief, or when is this period ending, or is there any remedy specifically to that planet to please it? That kind of things can happen. But otherwise, when you have any problem, immediately go to the doctor, not astrologer. Now here Saturn is also aspecting your 10th house, where Jupiter had a common aspect, but now it does not have any aspect. So 10th house is the house of your career, of your 6th house is house of your workplace. So your difficulty in workplace and career is absolutely seen here. Job, any politics related stuff, anything that has to do with power, ability, dignity, everything is ruled by the 10th house. Here there may be delays in promotions, in anything related to achievement from the job area. So it's a challenge. It is a time of challenge, so I'm sorry for it, but this is how it is going to work. So in career area, lot of discipline, lot of relationships to be maintained in that area, a lot of, how do we say, uh, serious long term commitments is required, and if that there are some long term commitments which has goals, there will be delays during this time. So you have to work more maturely and responsibly during this time, not to be a kid and fight. In fact, just take things slow and try to collaborate with other people for more and more uh, you know positive influence in your life. Now, there is one very good news also. Jupiter and Saturn will be transiting, like the 10th aspect will be on the Lagna ascendant, and Jupiter 7th aspect. Now, this is the time that you will be ruthless. You will be completely going from full power. Your attitude will be absolutely of a beast. Your body, your mind, your attitude, yourself, your physical, everything is going to be so powerful that you will not even think about anyone else and some obstacles. Like every obstacle that come with you, you will, have the ability and have the power to take it head on during this time. And exactly that is what is happening in your chart. So I would suggest that difficulties will come. Life is about a struggle, right? But this time we will have a lot of fun facing them, because you will slowly, with delays, but achieve success only. Saturn never wants to give you hardships for no reason. It tells you just to become more. Or what if it does not give you hardship? What if Saturn is very good placed in your chart? What if it does not give you hardship at all? It tells that, okay, you have already worked too hard. Now this is the time to receive fruits from your attitude, from your self motivated approach to your life. So this is a very good time in terms of your attitude and physical outlook. Very nice time for you. Otherwise, health wise and workplace is a common factor here which can be affected, or where you can get affected. You have to be careful. Okay, guys, all the best. See, Jupiter is looking such a good way. The 11th house, your wishes, dreams will come true. First house, your attitude, because of Saturn also aspecting, very nice. And third house, your communication will be absolutely awesome. So, why are we fearing? We should not fear anything. It is just cautious. We know that delays can happen in the area related to debts. So, we buy more time. Happen in the area of career, so be more vigilant. That's what we can do. Otherwise, all the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe so that we can always be together. And when you subscribe, just write subscribe below so that Rohitji and me can welcome you to the family. For Sagittarius ascendant people, Rohitji, Saturn, if you see the planet, it transited in the third house, and third house is called the house of extreme hardship. But this is the place where Saturn becomes Mool Trikon also here. Saturn is a Maraka, second house lord, and third house. That means it will give you a little bit of sorrow as well, or hard work as well. But wherever Saturn sits, it it is very good. It is supposed to be very good. Now, what is happening, Rohitji, here is that earlier Jupiter and Saturn shared common aspects. That is, the third aspect of Saturn was going on where Jupiter was sitting in Aries, but now Jupiter has moved to the eighth house. Into the sixth house, sorry. And the other aspect of Jupiter from the fifth house was going to the ninth house, where it was common aspect of Jupiter and Saturn. Now, what has happened? That has changed completely. Saturn has a free flow on the fifth house. Saturn is aspecting the fifth house with the third aspect of children, love life, education, and stuff like that. Wherever Saturn will aspect, it will give little bit of difficulties or maybe delays in that area. In terms of love, communication, see, Saturn is sitting in the house of communication. So communication wise, there can be miscommunication this whole year. I'm not talking about only now. Saturn is going to be here till 25th of March, 29th of March 2024, 2025. So it will be trouble here. Problem in education, if you are thinking of education or higher education. Now there is this both aspect, because Saturn is aspecting the fifth house but also the ninth house. Where it is aspecting, it will give delays. In that area also, you can expect a little bit of delays related to education and higher education, both places. Saturn has gained too much power now. This is what it is say. See, on the other side, the common aspect of Saturn is happening for the 12th, in the 12th house. The 10th aspect of Saturn is happening in the 12th house. That is related to expenditure, losses, debts, enemies, foreign travel, foreign settlement. And Saturn is sitting in the third house but aspecting the ninth as well as the 12th house, means there can be long distance journey also. See, it for many people it can be very confusing that, oh, what the hell is happening, why there are so many lines and stuff like that. But this is to make your life very simpler. The third aspect of Saturn will put a little bit of problem in your love area, education area, in your skill area, in startups if you have started up something, or problems related to your health, and especially in the stomach area it can create some problems. Same way, Saturn's seventh aspect, which was earlier Jupiter was saving both the fifth and the ninth house, it is now moved to the sixth house. So now here Saturn creates problem in the area, or a little bit of delay in higher education, in your philosophical things, in your what you say, in your luck. There will be no, it will be all hard work, there will be no luck during this time. And Saturn can also create little bit of challenge or difference of opinion or communication gap with your father or your guru or your mentor. That kind of things can happen. Jupiter, on the other hand, during this time is in the sixth house. That means it is sitting in the house of your workplace, of your health, of your debts, and looking at the 10th house. So your career is advancing. On the other hand, Jupiter is making sure that your health also becomes okay. Looking at the 12th house says that, there is going to be some relationship or partnership between your career, between your workplace, and the 12th house. That means because of work, you can get into a foreign country, go to a foreign country during this. And because Jupiter is aspecting your second house, you can get some awesome money. It is a debilitated aspect, like how Saturn is putting, but Jupiter's debilitated aspect is also awesome. And here it will tell you, or it will bring exact positive results related to your what we say, bank balance. Your wealth increases, your money which you have invested somewhere will come as tenfolds. So that is very positive. The only best thing here is 12th house. When Saturn is aspecting with the 10th aspect, expenditure will become slower, losses will become slow, debts will become, debts, because Jupiter is taking care of debt, so debt will also slowly start going away from your life. But foreign travel, foreign settlement is surely seen during this time. So those who are trying applying for area related to foreign country, awesome time for them. There may be some issues in the sleep area because of extra thinking, overthinking, but other than that, this is an auspicious time because of Jupiter's transit. So if your career is good, everything is good. Spirituality wise, because see, Saturn is aspecting the ninth house, it tells you that during this time, many people may start saying that, oh, what God I have done. I get so many appointments, Rohitji. uh, I asked them, so how is the mantra chanting going? Oh, I am trying to, my life is full of sorrow. I was doing this mantra 10 times this, and now because it is problem, I don't do it. God does not like me. So, you don't believe in that. You only think that when God will do good only, then only we will do all this. Otherwise, we will not do. Mantra chanting and everything, every ritual that we do removes the karmas. The more you do it, the more faster the karmas will get burned in your life, and that will bring you to your positive time, positive side in your life. That is how it works. I have someone who's going through Ketu Dasha. Ketu is debilitated, Rohitji. Venus Dasha, Venus is debilitated. So both debilitated. Okay. Anyone astrologer will see that, oh, stupid time, you will happen, problem. Ketu debilitated in Lagna only. Scorpio ascendant. And Venus debilitated in the fifth house. Just imagine, two bigger places debilitated. That person, as soon as Ketu and Venus period started, just making millions. You know why? Because he said, I was doing so much of mantra chanting, so much of devotion towards God, so much of spiritual practices like cooking, food, donating, something like that. So Ketu blessed, Jupiter blessed, saying that, okay, even if bad time is there, since you have accumulated so much of spiritual karma, we have to give you good results. So somehow, don't underestimate yourself for the for or don't say that, okay, I will not do this, I will not do that. I was doing Vishnu Sastram every day, but God did not do this to me, so I stopped it. So you don't believe in God. You are just very, what do you say? You are very greedy. That's what we can say. Anyways, philosophy on the side. This is a good time for spiritual growth as well. Realization of lot of things. solitude as well. So make the most of it. All the best. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. If you have subscribed, just write below subscribed now, so that we know that you are subscribed, so that we can welcome you to the family. All the best. All the best for Sagittarius people, and see you in the next video. If you want to talk to me personally, the appointment links are here. Moving on to Capricorn ascendant, one of the best ascendant in the world, because Rohit ji was scared that Akash ji, what is happening? Why are you making this video? Why Saturn is becoming more powerful? What is going to happen? And this is what is going to happen. So Saturn is in your Mool Trikon area in the second house, and it has transited here 17th of January 2023. And Saturn is a very slow moving planet. It takes 2.5 years to come. It is the slowest moving planet, right? So it gives results also slows, and that's why it delays things also wherever it looks. That is the nature of Saturn. Now, earlier Jupiter was in the fourth house, and things related to your family and mother, health of mother, vehicles, property, everything must have been working in your favor. But now Jupiter has transited to the fifth house, and Saturn is now aspecting the third house. It can delay everything related to real estate, to buying of vehicles, to finding some kind of peace, happiness. There will be a lot of hard work that you will have to do in these areas to achieve something related to that. On top of that, third aspect of Saturn means there can be communication problem with your mother or with your family members, which can create some dispute in the house area. In this whole year, you have to be very careful at how you want to take it forward. In fact, if you see here, this is the time that Saturn is aspecting the eighth house, which was receiving an aspect earlier. Sitting in the second house, looking at the eighth house, is a time of little bit of loss of money, loss of wealth, loss in partnerships, some kind of monetary problem in the partnership area, delays in journeys, trouble from enemies, little bit of bad habits come to you. You start becoming lazy. These kind of things can happen. So what we need to do, why am I telling all this? It's not negative, it's positive to hear negative, because you may be able to work harder. What Saturn wants? Saturn wants that I will bring delay, I will bring problem, but what effort are you putting? How maturity and responsibility you are showing? This is what I want. And if you show that, Saturn will give you good results. Also depends on your dasha and antardasha, but here this is what is common. Now, another thing that has happened is because of Jupiter's transit, your 11th house is superbly active. Saturn aspecting from the 10th aspect to the 11th house, and Jupiter 7th aspect. So during this time, making partnership with your network, with your colleagues, with your business partners, or not your business partners, with someone who think they're potentially very good to start up things, very good time for you. Now, this Saturn is, what is it doing? Your bigger goals in the career area will be fulfilled. Your wishes will come true. Your hope and the thing that were related to income, you were thinking of income to come to you. Income will come. See, losses that will happen is of the accumulated wealth. That means Saturn aspecting the seventh house means, the seventh aspect on the eighth house means that the money in your bank can be spent for some disease, for some journey, for some enemy, that kind of thing. But on the other hand, from your career, you're going to be getting money as well. Jupiter's placement in the fifth house is supposed to be one of the best placement for childbirth. Those who are planning for childbirth, good for them. Those who are planning for second child, fifth from the fifth, the ninth house is all well respected. Those who are planning to do education, very good time for them. Those who are planning to do anything related to long distance travel, or maybe change of location, change of university, change of colleges, marriage, anything to do with love life, excellent time for you. So make the most of it. Jupiter's aspect on the 11th house, common aspect, is going to give you all your goals are going to complete with proper partnership. And that aspect, the ninth aspect on the Lagna, means that you yourself, your body, your mind, your attitude, your destiny, everything is blessed during this time because of Jupiter aspecting the ninth and the first house in a common way. So it is going to be an awesome time for all the Capricorn ascendant people. Do subscribe so that you are always with us, and we can keep doing this more often. And all the best. There's a WhatsApp link for personal appointments. If you want to book, you're all welcome. But make the most of this time, destiny wise, startup wise things. This is the time to start up things. You may have problem in terms of vehicles, real estate. It's okay, it doesn't matter this year. Just forget it till March of 2029, March of 2025. Forget it. Forget inheritances that you're getting from your family. There will be trouble there. But on the other hand, the bigger things, that is startups, bigger thing, that is childbirth, gains in business, and doing collaborating with lot of your social networks, it's going to be positive for you. So focus on the positives, on work hard on the negatives, so that it does not become a problem for you. All the best. See you in the next video. Do subscribe. Aquarius ascendant people, Rohit, the Lagna Lord is becoming extremely powerful from 1st of May. And this is because, Rohit, for Aquarius people, Saturn aspect, the third aspect of Saturn, which was on the third house, where Jupiter was sitting, trying to protect them from extra hard work, extra effort, communication problems, or problems in writing, communication with their younger siblings, friendships, there's little bit of neighborhood where they were, uh, where it was safe. Now this placement of Saturn, and the aspect of Saturn, sorry, the aspect of Saturn will create trouble, because it has clean way. Now Saturn will work according to its own energy. There can be delays in the courage area. You can become a little bit of coward during this time. uh, in if you think of any hobby or any stuff like that, you will not be able to enjoy that during this time. You will be saying that, okay, no, I don't want to do it. Little bit scared, like little bit of, you know scared. You will be scared in some way or the other. This is what it means. You may become a little bit of not a good communicator during this time, which can create some dispute between either your surroundings, like people who are surrounding you, or maybe your siblings. It can create a problem. So you have to be, what do you need to do during this time? It is the time to build resilience and determination to overcome obstacles. It does not mean that you Saturn will delay things, that your gains from these houses. That means, happiness gains from friends, from brothers, from friendships, a little bit of cowardness or not courage, like up to the mark. This means that there is a possibility of improvement in these areas. So improve yourself. That is what I would like to say. Then Saturn's other aspect, which was happening on the 7th house, and Jupiter also had a common aspect here on the 7th house, is going to change for you. Saturn's aspect becomes absolutely clean shit. Here, this is the thing related to partnership, business partnerships, trouble in life partner, court cases, victory, defeat, happiness, joy will all be challenged. And there will be a little bit of sorrow from your relationships during this time. There may be not up to the mark stuff. Your desires, your physical needs will not be fulfilled. There will be delay in getting all this kind of stuff. Any leisure or any pleasure will be delayed. If you are going through court cases or stuff like that, if you want divorce or something like that, things in that area can also be delayed, because Saturn will delay everything. It does not mean good or bad. So there can be challenges. If your marriage of younger siblings or stuff like that, there can be some challenges in that area also. There can be challenges in your marriage also. It can delay. If marriage was fixed, there can be some kind of issues suddenly last minute, which can create problems. So you have to be focused on these areas and make sure there's, act with a lot of maturity and responsibility. If it delays, okay, no problem, but don't make a fuss or don't be sorrowful about it. The most positive thing that is happening for you is because of Jupiter's new aspect, and that aspect earlier was not there on the 10th house, and Saturn was only looking at the 10th house. But Jupiter's aspect, Saturn also has to follow the perceptor of gods, the guru of gods, and Saturn's guru as well, Jupiter. He has to make sure that whenever Jupiter is aspecting with him, common aspect, he will give growth in that house. And that especially related to the career of Aquarius ascendant people. Career, your job, a lot of discipline in your life. Ego wise, if there was some ego clashes with some career, colleagues and stuff like that, things are becoming good in that area. Your anger goes down during this time. Your professionally, it's absolutely a best time to get some kind of power rank in your job. So this is the most positive thing that is happening. And not only this, see, Jupiter's, I have made the bigger video where I was talking about Jupiter's aspect on the 8th house means very awesome research, something big you will do in research area. On the 10th house means career wise very good growth, and on the 12th house means blessings, long distance travel to a foreign country, and that can be through your career. So it is a very good time. It is, so Saturn's Saturn's aspect puts challenges, or put obstacles in that area to make you better, make you more stronger, so that you
One
can.
thing I one
Yeah,
thing I want to understand is that always say that Saturn aspect is bad. I want to understand the difference that if Saturn aspects some good house like 1, 4, 5, 9, 11, all good houses 10, then it is bad. And if it is aspecting some bad houses like 3, 6, 8,
8, 12.
12, then this is turned into a good aspect.
Yeah, anytime any malefic will look at the 6, 8, 12 third house,
This comes
Dushtanas. Not third house is Upchaya house, not a Dushtana, but 6, 8, and 12.
6,
Then
8,
it
and
will
12.
give good results for everyone.
Oh.
Yeah. But as soon as it looks at positive houses, Saturn is not your enemy. Saturn is
Ah.
no one's enemy. The role of Saturn is to give little bit of delays and obstacles in your life.
Hmm.
If
Make
life
you more
is,
refined.
see, everything, there's opposite. If there is life, there is death. If there is
Hmm.
happiness, there is sorrow. If someone
Yes.
will give sorrow, right? How then only sorrow will
Right.
come. Saturn's role is that.
Right.
But it gives you to make you more detached from this material world and put you to reality, that okay, God is greater. Go into that zone. Every planet is doing that only for you, putting it into the higher role, that go towards God. Anyways, many people, last time I told Saturn gives sorrow in the Saturn video. So everyone was saying, no, Saturn, this, that. But you have to understand that if there is happiness, if Jupiter gives happiness, Saturn gives sorrow. And when they are both aspecting the same house, it will be neutral. Okay, so all the best, Aquarius. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. And after you subscribe, write subscribe below so that we can officially and welcome you to our family. And those who are watching the video for the first time and never take any appointment or want to take appointment, everything, all the link is below, so you can choose according to your convenience. Moving on to Pisces ascendant people, Rohitji. Now here, if you see, Rohitji, what is happening here is that look at Jupiter. Look at Saturn. Jupiter has moved to the third house. It was in the second house. So when it was in the second house, Saturn was aspecting the second house, and here Jupiter was trying to save with all the force that it has. Jupiter was aspecting the sixth house from the second house earlier. Saturn was also aspecting. So lot of trouble in that area related to enemies and all. We were safe. Now what is happening is that Saturn aspects are now very clear. There is no one who is trying to be a barrier here. Saturn sitting in the 12th house, looking at the second house. Saturn sitting in the 12th house, awesome time for you. Your expenses and all will become very, very slow and stuff like that. But Saturn looking at the second house means that investments or monetary accumulation of wealth in your life will become absolutely strugglesome. There may be someone in your family or you who would require medical kind of treatment, because Saturn is sitting in the 12th house, aspecting the 6th house. So expenses or the accumulated wealth because of the third house, the more effort will be put on the accumulated wealth for health reasons. This is the time that your second house related to your money, wealth, your speech, your values, your status will create lot of trouble and lot of delays in that area. If you were supposed to receive some money from somewhere, delay. If you were supposed to save some money or get some kind of investment returned, delay. These kind of delays you will get if you are, because of the Saturn's aspect, which is very clear now on the sixth house as well. Here, Rohiji, this is the time that your diseases, your health, your enemies become more powerful. Your disputes become more delayed. If you are in a court case, you were thinking, okay, now I will get some justice. It will keep more delayed. It will tell you to work hard, like lot of hard with a lot of maturity and responsibility during this time. It also, it will test the kind of intensity of your enmity or intensity of the debt or intensity of the disease that you may get, or your family member, someone may get, who you need to look after. And if you look after them or no, or if you look after yourself or no, this is what Saturn is going to do or can do. But the positive thing that has happened is Jupiter. Jupiter as comes to the third house and aspects the ninth house, where Saturn was aspecting earlier. So your destiny was not working only for you in your career, anything, nothing was working. Now here things will work in the career area. So personally, from the family point of view, health point of view, money point of view, accumulation is a problem. But from the point of view of relationship, very good time for you, because Jupiter is aspecting the seventh house of relationship. From the aspect of your destiny, higher learning, short distance, long distance travel, or foreign settlement, very good time for you. Jupiter is aspecting the ninth house with common aspect of Saturn of the so this means that with your destiny, some kind of luck, you may settle or go to abroad or foreign country, or go for a pilgrimage, or go for some kind of big tours to some place which is completely out of culture, creed, religion, stuff like that. And Jupiter's third aspect on the 11th house means biggest to biggest goals will be completed, your wishes will come true. It is also the house of income and gains. So maybe there can be possibility that you can get some major income and gains from somewhere. Also, it does not mean that it will be accumulated or not because of Saturn. But if there is some hope that you think that this big money is supposed to come, it will come in this year for you. You may not be able to accumulate it positively because of the aspect of Saturn on the second house. That will be going towards expenses, but it does not mean that money will stop coming in completely. Jupiter is promising money to come out come out in chunks. So very good time for education, very good time for devotion, luck, very good time for traveling abroad, very good time to do philosophical pursuits. So all the best, make the most of it during this time. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and do subscribe so that you are always up to date with the videos that we make. Rohit ji.
Akashji, I was just gone into one thing that today, first time in some video, but I was looking in Pisces chart also. You show the two different aspects of planets, Jupiter and Saturn. You said that when Jupiter and Saturn both look into one house, same, there will be neutral type of thing there, because I am the same person who have this combination in my chart. I want to ask that nobody's powerful, a little bit more, like Saturn is more powerful, Jupiter little less, so that house will be more, aspective, more
Jupiter is more powerful,
than Saturn.
always. The biggest planet in the solar system, as well as the biggest planet with lot of wisdom and lot of. That's why it is a benefic. It has reached to a part. It has reached to a point in life. Jupiter in his time, and now though maybe he must have become more positive. Is that he's a reached in time that he has no sorrow towards anyone. He has no ability to give even if you hit him, he will say that okay, no problem, I will still give you good results. That is why Jupiter is more powerful.
You want to say that if they both are looking at common house, then Jupiter has a more control over that.
That's why no one can. Earlier Jupiter was not looking at the sign of what you say, Scorpio. Now it is looking.
No, why I go into the deep thinking regarding this? Because my Jupiter and Saturn both in ninth house and looking the third house, that is you, the younger brother. And that was I thinking my Jupiter is looking at third house. That's why my younger brother is astrologer. That was I thinking that Jupiter is, all that kind of divine thing. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay,
ठीक है
thank
रोहित
you
जी.
very much.
Thank you
Thank you
Rohit.
very much, Akashji. Thank you. And sometime, when you see this kind of things, which are very exclusive videos, which we usually don't see on the internet, nobody would put this video that, oh, Jupiter is moving and Saturn is getting powerful, and you tell everything about this. So I deep dive into my chart according to that, because I have this combination in my chart. Thank you very much. Thank you, all the family members of AC Astro. Please subscribe, share, and give your blessings as usual. And the details for the appointment always on the screen. Thank you, Akashji. We'll
Thank you
meet you
Rohit.
in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai
Jai
Hanuman, Jai Mata.
Mata Di, Jai Shri Krishna.